going on, Juco?
Alright, what's good, royal family? It is Queen's Throne, and I'm back at you again with another video and actually a case update on the Cairo Jordan situation. Now, we did address Cairo Jordan from the Queen's Throne channel. We also addressed Cairo Jordan's case from the True Crime TV channel. However, because there's not really any gory information at this time to really fill you guys in on, I'm going to post this on Queen's Throne. But make sure, if you have not went over there to True Crime TV to check out any other case information on this, that you do so, as well as if you haven't already, check out the case information about Cairo Jordan on Queen's Throne, YouTube channel. Anyway, if you did not know, Cairo Jordan was a little boy that was found deceased inside of a Las Vegas suitcase in April. Now, the man that found him was an alleged mushroom hunter. I'm not really sure of what that is all the way, but kudos to the man that found him. Now, if you guys remember, there was a woman named Coleman that had a warrant for her arrest, along with the mother. Now, Coleman was allegedly the spiritual advisor of the mother and convinced the mother that her son, Cairo Jordan, was a demon. Now, according to a police affidavit, Coleman said in April that she found Cairo's mother in a bedroom on top of the child with his face buried into the mattress. Now, that's right, buried into the mattress. Now, recently, Coleman went to court. She was in tears, which I believe that she should be. The mother still has not popped up at all. And at this time, and I have said this throughout the few times that we've covered this case already, that I'm really starting to wonder if the mother is even alive at this point. Okay, now one of the two women charged in the death of 5-year-old Cairo Jordan appeared in a southern Indiana courtroom on Monday, pleading not guilty to the numerous charges. It's been 7 months since the young boy was found dead inside the Las Vegas suitcase that was dumped in a wooded area of a rural southern Indiana road. Okay, now again, the information, I got some news clips, but I'm just gonna let you guys know some of the situation. Again, this was Coleman's first time appearing in court. She appeared in an orange jumpsuit, of course, because she has been, went through the intake process and things like that. She is in Indiana. The judge began to read her rights, and not her rights, but her potential sentence and the charges that she faced, and she began to cry. Now, she's being charged with neglect of a child resulting in death, which is 30 to 40 years, altering documents so that they can't be used as evidence, which is a misdemeanor, and her latest charge is aiding in murder, which comes with a 45 to 65 year behind bars sentence. Now, of course, when it comes out all together, I don't think she's facing 100 years, but life without parole, definitely. I'm not going to read any more really of the article that I was reading from, because actually we have their news clip here with us, and they will go through what is going on in this case. And again, sadly enough, Cairo's mother, Miss Anderson, has not popped up at all whatsoever. The FBI is looking for her. All police nationwide are looking for her. Like I said, Coleman was arrested, but we're still looking for the mother. So I'm wondering, at this point, is Coleman really even telling the truth? Did she have something to do with the death of the son? And did she also kill the mother? I'm just wondering. I don't really think that the mother would have gotten out of the country. And if she did, I think that there's a way that they could have tracked that via passports. This is the death of a child. So I think that there would have been, great links that would have, taken place in effort to find out what happened to this child and get whoever did this to him locked up. However, you never know with this case and situation or any case and situation what is really going on. However, let's head over to the news clips. We'll take a look at those and I'll meet you on the other side with any commentary and where we're gonna go from here. Let's go.
But first, here tonight on the Night Team, 7 months after Cairo Jordan was found dead in a suitcase in the woods of Washington County, Indiana. The one woman arrested in the case facing a judge today. And out of that appearance comes new information. Dawn Coleman is now facing new charges after the prosecutor says she aided in Cairo's murder. Also tonight, we're hearing from a woman who met Coleman once online. Tom Lally has more on what was revealed in court.
While cameras weren't allowed in the courtroom for the case, Dawn Coleman walked through that door wearing an orange jumpsuit. She stood next to the judge, and when he started to read the sentences for her charges if convicted, she began to cry. Aiding in murder, obstruction of justice, and neglect of a dependent resulting in death. The combined maximum sentence would be 105 years.
But to see her here on Indiana soil is obviously brings a little bit of, not resolution, but a somewhat of closure to that part of the case.
This newly amended affidavit shows us Coleman's explanation of 5-year-old Cairo Jordan's death. According to investigators, Coleman says in April, she walked into the bedroom to find Dejuane Anderson sitting on the child, who was laying with his face in the mattress. Coleman said, quote, "It was already done when she walked in," and that she helped put the child in a suitcase. The boy's mother allegedly said there was a 100-year-old spirit inside of him.
Yeah, that's something that she said she specialized in, taking spirits out of the body.
Marlene Lewis says she met Dawn Coleman online, where Coleman had a large following as a self-described healer. As they grew closer, Coleman stayed at her house for about a month in late 2021. Then, after Cairo's death, Coleman wrote to Lewis, saying she would need to stay with her and her children again soon. What conversations are you having with your kids now? I know you were just talking with your daughter.
I apologize to them. I could have fell into a deep sleep one day and woke up and my kids could have been gone.
Now, Dawn Coleman is held on a $5 million bond. As Marlene Lewis worries, she and others could have spoken up before the crimes.
We need to wake up to looking at the signs and take them a lot more serious. We could save way more children.
She described Coleman speaking as if she lost touch with reality. And Anderson was in police custody just days before her son was found dead. Now, the future of Coleman's case is in the hands of Washington County Circuit Judge Larry Medlock.
One of the women charged in the death of 5-year-old Cairo Jordan, his body left in a suitcase, is back in southern Indiana. Dawn Coleman was booked into the Washington County, Indiana jail at 1:25 this morning after being extradited from San Francisco. She's accused of neglecting 5-year-old Jordan along with his mom, Dejuane Anderson, until he died. Indiana State Police say the pair then stuffed Cairo into a Las Vegas printed suitcase and left him in the woods. Coleman is charged with neglect in the case. She's expected to be arraigned tomorrow. ISP is still looking for Cairo's mom, Dejuane Anderson. She was last known to be in Los Angeles, but is said to travel often. If you see her, call 911.
Details in the case of a 5-year-old boy found dead in a suitcase. Investigators say a mushroom hunter found the child's body on April 16th in Washington County, Indiana, just northwest of Louisville. Tonight, police are still searching for the boy's mother. WRTV's Rachel Wilkerson shows us the information now emerging, and we do want to warn you, some of the details are disturbing.
The brutal discovery of 5-year-old Cairo Jordan wrapped in this Las Vegas suitcase and abandoned in the woods in Washington County, Indiana, stunned people across the nation. New charges have now been filed against Dawn Coleman. Court filings show Coleman admitted to wrapping Cairo up in a trash bag, zipping him up in the suitcase, and ditching him in the woods with the help of Cairo's mother, Dejuane Anderson, who's still on the run tonight. Records show Coleman told detectives she babysat Cairo while his mother was in jail in Louisville. She says when she picked Anderson up on April 11th, they stayed in Louisville. 3 days later, Cairo was found dead, lying on the bed with his face in the mattress and his mother on top of him, according to Coleman. She told detectives, quote, "It was already done." After that, she says cleanup begun. Cairo's body was found 2 days later on April 16th by a mushroom hunter. Fingerprints and cell phone pings put Anderson and Coleman at the scene. A nationwide manhunt is still underway for Cairo's mother, while many question why this happened to this 5-year-old boy. The woman who investigators say helped play a role in his death told police the mother believed that he was, quote, "something really bad. A 100-year-old soul, or some old soul that wasn't supposed to be here."
Coleman has a $5 million cash-only bond. The mother, Dejuane Anderson, this is a picture of her right there, is still on the run tonight. If you see her, you are asked to call 911.
So, Royal Family, that is what we have far as the updates of Cairo Jordan. I really, at this point, do not feel like the mother is out of the country. I honestly, at this point in time, and maybe I'm wrong, but at this point in time, I believe that Don Coleman, the spiritual alleged advisor, the one that is arrested right now, had maybe convinced the mother that Cairo was an old soul, this, that, and the other, basically that he's a demon. The mother acted. Don Coleman had walked in and seen that she had took the son's life. And I don't know, did Don Coleman convince the mother that the bad spirit had jumped inside of, her, the mother, and that she should take her life? Or did Don Coleman take her life? Because at this point, Royal Family, it is really not looking probable that she is possibly alive. And I get it though. A lot of people, sometimes can hide away from the police, the FBI, etc. for some years to come. She could be in another country, but I really believe that the police would have done their due diligence and tried to track her down via that way. There is ways to do so. However, the fact that it's been over about 5 weeks now, we have not heard hell or high water from the mother. Don Coleman has been arrested and is looking at about 115 years. Give or take, she'll probably get life without parole. I just wonder why, it was so minimal when she walked into the mother allegedly smothering in the mattress with the Cairo's face in the mattress. She just... Oh man, that shit is just so sad. The fact that she had seen her doing that and it was nothing. The fact that she played as a spiritual advisor to the mother and convinced her that this child is some type of demon or old spirit that's hindering her, whatever. I think that that's really just trash. I think that her charges are very, they go with what happened, but at this point, should we be adding another murder charge? Because in my opinion, like I said, something is very fishy with the reason why the mother is not here. When is the last time that Don Coleman saw the mother, and things like that? I'm hoping that this case is figured out. I think for Cairo's sake, he does, need to get justice for this, and everybody involved. I mean, anybody that possibly aided and abetted the mother or Don Coleman needs to, pay for what they've done. I think it's really sad and pathetic that they would target this child in this way, that the mother would, mentally ill or not, would believe or allow somebody to put in her head that her child is some type of freaking demon, and that the only way to deal with it is like take his life. I think that that's really sad. I do have questions though about, I was under the impression when they found him in the suitcase, like that they were basically saying that, he was alive before he got in the suitcase or something. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, I have been researching a lot of cases, even cases that I haven't brought forward. But, with the suffocation of a mattress and then stuffing him into this Las Vegas suitcase which is small, even though his poor body seemed to be small as well. Oh man, I have even more questions, you know, going forward. I really am starting to feel like, and I felt since day one, if you go and you look at the videos that I've done on this, again, on Queen's Throne, the channel that this is premiering on, and then also True Crime TV, which is my true crime. It's for dark and disturbing true crime content, like super dark and disturbing, which this case should mainly be over there. But since we haven't really, I don't know. Anyway, it will eventually find its way over there. Hopefully we do. You know, hopefully the mother is alive. You know, I think the weakest way to exit out of this situation would have been for her to take her own life, or if Don Coleman took her life or whatever. You know, I'm talking about the life of the mother. I think that the mother needs to suffer in prison. I think they need to lock the door and throw away the key. I think that it's never acceptable to take a child's life, claim that they're some type of demon, and that's the excuse. I think from jump they knew that there was foul play, and I really hope for Cairo and the family's sake. Think about the father. That father was interested in playing a part in his son's life. He wanted to be in his son's life. The mother was being an asshole about it. And I think that the better placement for this child, if she thought that he was a demon, was to put him in the father's care. That way she could have moved on with her life. She didn't want her child, right? And I think that it's really sad when we have fathers that are stand-up fathers and they don't get to play a part in their children's life. I think that that is ultimately heartbreaking, and it does a disservice to the child. And in this case, this child is no longer alive. So with that said, royal family, I am keeping a close eye on this case, just like how I was in the Malia Davis case. Shout out to my day ones. But if you know, I was looking high and low for information on Malia Davis several times a day. I would just, you know, go into Google or, you know, YouTube and put her name in there and look for updates and things like that. Now, I have known about this update for about 2 days, but I did get tangled up with work and being a mom and this, that, and the fifth. But this was on the top of my list in reality to get done, far as updates and information in this case. Now, please, let's, you know, hope for that the mother is apprehended. I don't want her to have, you know, exited out of this world any other way but to face a judge and have to pay for what she did. I'm also hoping that this goes to trial, but in reality, I really am questioning if she's still alive at this time. Shout out to everybody. I really appreciate you guys that are checking out my premieres and things that I am putting out. I really appreciate you guys and things like that. So this is the same, you know, as that. We will continue to do these premieres in the event. You know, sometimes I don't know until really late if I'm going to be able to go live. So if I can get a few videos out, you know, along the way, that is what's up. Look, shout out to those that are actually creating content and not just beefing in these YouTube streets. Beefing is fun at times. However, it could never be my life solely, okay? I have better things to do, and I came here to do better, okay? So period. Shout out to everybody that's in the room. If you haven't already, please hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe and make sure you tap that bell so you can get all notifications when I put out a new video. You're one of the first to know. Much love, y'all. Stay you, stay royal, stay uncompromisable. Please stay woke, because you will see me, hear my voice, or be watching one of my edits in the next few days to come, and so on and so forth. Much love, y'all. I will see you guys in another video. Bye-bye.